Hello people! Today we're doing a set I'm calling Jelly French Ruffle. And let's get started. I'm using a medium length oval tip. And now I'm showing you this one as we go, but after this I'm going to show you all the rest of the polishes at once, and then we're just going to go with it. I couldn't decide on one color, so I decided to use all of them. Well, not all, but 5 of them. So each finger will be a different color. I saw recently a lady doing a ruffle on a set of nails, and I thought it was really cute, and it occurred to me that I've never tried that. So here we are. I decided I was going to do some of those. Okay, there's the first coat into cure, and we're back for coat number 2. Now all these jelly polishes are Beetles. Once we switch over to the French tip part, which will be next, then I've got some other different ones in there. I really would like to get some kind of a design where I'm using all the same brand of polish for a change, but that never seems to happen for me. I can't get the colors that I want in one whole brand, at least with what I have so far. I have come up with some other ideas for these ruffles, though. Don't worry, I'm not going to inundate you with all bunch of ruffled nails all of a sudden. Probably the next time I'll revisit this is around Valentine's Day, as I have a good idea for a Valentine's set with ruffle on it, which I may end up doing on my own nails, but I don't know. That's a ways down the road. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, we've cured those. Now we're going to go in with the French tip. Now, I started off doing this the way I would normally do a French tip, and it occurred to me after I got most of the way through this first one, why am I spending so much time and effort on the French tip part of this when you're not going to see the smile line? So I'm stressing over getting it, my smile line to be nice. When I realized, wait a minute, you're not even going to see it anyway, so why am I, being so careful? So after we get past this first nail, I'm just going to do the French part with the bottle brush. But if you wanted to have practice on doing French tips, well, here you go. You can do it this way on all of them just for the practice if you want. I imagine most people want to go for the speed route, which is going to be the bottle brush, and you're just going to slap it on there. No point putting a bunch of effort into something that you're not even going to see anyway. And this is taking way longer than it needed to. Okay, finally I got smart, pulled out the bottle brush. There will be 2 coats on all these French tip parts as well. Just so you know. Okay, this is when I finally wised up. And I just realized we're just going to slap these on because, as I said, you're not going to see them. Or if you see them, it's not going to see hardly any of them. So, no point in doing all that extra wasted effort. Let's just get it on there and move on. And in case you're wondering why I'm not wearing gloves, I knew that working with the carving gel at the for the ruffle was going to be a pain in the butt if I had gloves on. So I just decided to go without them that day. That carving gel stuff likes to stick to your gloves, FYI. And I didn't feel like fighting with it, so and handling it, I didn't apparently I didn't handle it long enough to have a reaction from it, so everything worked out perfectly fine. And even though I'm slapping these on kind of quickly, I'm still spending more time than I really needed to on them. Excuse me. I thought I sped this part up, but clearly I did not. I meant to. Oh well. Okay, one more and then we can get them in for the first cure. Next week, I'm going to be doing a kind of sort of stained glass set, so stay tuned for that. I'm saying kind of sort of because it's not going to be totally like clear see-through per se. I mean, it's going to be sort of, but not totally. Okay, first layer on, that's going to go into cure, and now we're going to quickly get the second coat on. Now obviously I did speed this one up. Sorry guys, I guess I don't have a lot to talk about today. Just plodding along, doing things. Sorry about that, guys. That's the ringtone for my phone, FYI. Of course, it's my mother calling. She always calls at the worst possible time, I swear. Okay, those are ready to go in and cure again. And in they go. Now, moving on. White gel paint. We're going to polka dot the French tip part. Now, I went back and forth for quite a while. Do I want to polka dot the French tip or the jelly part? My original plan was to go with the French tip. But I kept going back and forth, trying to decide which way I wanted to go. I think it would have looked cute either way, but I opted to stick with my original plan and go with the French tip with the polka dots. Now I am going to go up the side edges there a little bit, even though you're mostly not going to see any of that, but I figured what you are going to see some of it, so I may as well have something there just in case it shows. Okay, and there's that one. I believe I've sped the rest of these up, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I just did this edit yesterday, and already I can't remember. It sucks getting old, people. I'm really realizing I'm starting to have issues remembering things here, and I'm not happy about it. Okay. Slowly moving along. Apparently I didn't speed this up. I thought I did. But in either case, it goes fairly quickly. Now I did originally start off with a smaller dotting tool, and I wasn't liking how small the dots were, so I bumped up my size to the next one up. You can do whichever you want, or you don't have to put the polka dots on. I just thought it was cute on there. And moving along. There is a shot of my ugly nails. I cannot wait to get these off, you guys. Next week, like I said, is going to be the sort of stained glass set. And the week after that, yay, I get to take these off and do something else. Actually, I'm going to be doing bee nails. I just don't know exactly what I'm doing with them yet. And the last one. This being the pinky nail, it seems kind of big for a pinky, but oh well. Okay, it's trying to come off of the nail stand. I think my blue tack has gotten dried out from being in here in the hot room. Oh, my husband's building me a screen door that goes over this, so I can open my nail room and have a screen there so I can get some airflow in here. Okay, those are ready to cure. And okay, we're going in. This is the top coat, and this is the final top coat. So gotta do carefully and do a good job. Maybe once I get the screen on here, it'll help to be cooler in here, but also either one or two things will happen. If the cats can see me in here, maybe they'll be satisfied and they'll behave. Or they're going to see me here and just meow worse than they already do at the door. Hopefully not that one. I'm hoping if they can see me while I'm in here, that maybe that'll calm them down. Okay, moving on to the ruffles now. Those are cured up. We're using white carving gel, 3D gel, clay dough, whatever it's being called. It's got all kinds of names. Now, I have put some alcohol on the nail so that this will stick to it better. The alcohol will melt the carving gel slightly, so as it cures, it will be firmly glued to the nail. And we're just going to play around. I wanted to start with the thumbnail, and go down the line, but the chunk of this that I pulled off was not big enough for the thumb, so that's why I'm starting with this one. In case you're wondering. Now, I firstly started with a piece of this that I flattened out kind of how I wanted on a separate piece of plastic stuff, and then I pulled it off to put it on here, but that did not work out like I thought it would, so we're just going straight onto the nail with it. And then we're just going to press down like every other, like space them out so you have some that are going down, some that are popping up. Okay, then I'm going to go under those popping up bits and kind of pull them up a little more, and I'm putting alcohol on the end of this silicone tool so it doesn't stick to the tool when I shove it under there. These are the little ruffly bits that are going to stick up. Now this first one went pretty smoothly considering I've never done this before. I was afraid it was going to be a real big hassle, but frankly it wasn't that hard. So I would say this is probably maybe a medium level set for people to do, for you guys to do. Although it really isn't that hard. If you want to take a crack at it, go for it. Now I'm just trying to fluff these guys up a little bit better and smooth them out, because once I squished those parts flat, some of them broke through, so I had to squish them. And then I'm going to clean up any sloppage that I've gotten on the top of there from the carving gel. And I'm just going to go around here, try to give it a little bit of a smile line, sort of, kind of, so it has a little curve. And now you can see why we did not need to worry about the smile line being perfect. And there's that one done. Okay, the rest of these I believe I sped up. So, yes I did. One thing I kind of was feeling with these after I got them done and I was sitting there looking at them, they kind of remind me of slippers for some reason. I don't know why, but they look like bedroom slippers to me. But I still think they turned out cute. Considering I had never done this before, I think they turned out pretty good, or pretty decent. And I'm fairly happy with them for a change. Now I did keep wiping off my silicone tool with the alcohol, and every time I'm going to shove that underneath there, I get some alcohol on the tip. Let's see, if you squish it too flat, see how it kind of split there at that bottom part and kind of broke? We're going to have to put those back together because I squished those out a little too far. But we can fix that as we're going along and doing this part. I just kind of swoop it back together and make sure you don't see it and crack or anything. The alcohol will help you to kind of like merge it back together. Now in kind of moving this down a little bit, I did get some of my ruffles. They did do, some of them did kind of weird out a little, so I just have to just go back in and push them back down again. Okay, I think that's it for that one. Clean off any sloppage on there. Now I didn't show that. But at the end I took a wipe like this with alcohol and I went and I cleaned all of them off before I did the final cure for the ruffle. So you might want to be leery of that. I would have been upset had I forgotten to do that and cured them, and then, you know, there was sloppage on there. Also, coming up at some point, and probably after I do my own nails next time, I'm going to be doing a tribute set for Ozzy Osbourne. He had a special place in my heart. Such a bummer that he's gone. He was the first metal concert that I ever went to, and I saw him numerous times in concert after that, but yeah, he put on a hell of a show every time. And also what was cool is he gave a lot of room on the stage for his, the bandmates to each have their moment to shine, which I really thought was cool. Somebody else I saw, who was that? I'm trying to think of who it was I saw in concert that did that too. I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, on this one, my ruffle piece was skinnier than the rest of them, so that's why this one's giving me so much trouble. I don't have as much And I should have just pulled it off and thickened it up and started over, but I didn't. So that's one thing. This is one thing I'm not happy with, is the ruffles are not all like uniform in size. I mean, they're close. This one is extra skinny. Some of the other ones are fatter. Some of them are fatter on one side and skinnier on one side. So uniformity was an issue that I need to work on. But we're just going to make kind of sort of a, you know, like a fat worm, I guess. And flatten it out, shove it on there, and then you start working it. Kind of get it so that it's got some kind of a curve to it, and then we're just going to go in with mashing it. Now see, I'm mashing those down too far, and so they're splitting again. The one good thing about this kind of stuff, though, is if you really screw it up, if you haven't cured it yet, you can just pull it right back off of there and start again. That's the one thing with any of the gel products that I love so much, is you can work them and work them and work them until you're happy, then cure them. Whereas with other, if you're working with, you can do the same kind of thing with acrylic, but I'm not good enough at working with acrylic to accomplish something like this. And secondly, you've got to be quick and know what you're doing, because as you guys know, it cures as you're going along. And I end up filling with my stuff too long and too much, so I need the gel products to be able to do a lot of the stuff I can do. Some of these I ended up fussing with a lot more than I really wanted to be, but in the end, we got there. Okay, last one. And since we've already done our top coat, I'm not top coating over top of this carving gel. I'm leaving it as it is. You don't need to top coat over it. I mean, you can, but you don't need to. So I'm not in this case. See, on this one, it was thick on that side and thin and skinny on the other side. I mean, it needed to be a little skinny on the ends so it can curve up along the smile line, theoretically, although you can't see the smile lines. And once again, I had them breaking on me because I squished them too far down. And we broke that one again. Now I gotta cobble that back together. What I mainly was going for in this top part is a smooth curved edge, not as severe as the smile line, but at least it's curvy. Being that this is the pinky nail, it should have been not that much to do, and it should have gone quickly, but of course it didn't. I probably should have cut some of that off the side, besides that little piece I just did. Some of that top bit, so it's smaller on the edge like that side is. See, this is one of the ones that's not uniform at all. Okay, and there they are. Those are going to go into cure. I'm going to cure those for 2 minutes. And here they are back out and all done. I still think they look like slippers, but I think they came out kind of cute and I like them. I hope you guys like them. If you do, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. And I will have a new tutorial for you next Saturday, and it will be the sort of kind of stained glass set. Okay, that's it for now. Take care and stay cool, guys. Bye-bye.